Today what I want to do is I just want to show you how we went from this image to this image. Now this is extreme, but kind of the look I wanted. It's, I mean, it's just to play and to have something to look at. So what I want to do is I want to show you, and we started with this. So the first thing I will do, as you know, is go to detail. I'm going to sharpen this image from 25, which is the default, to 50. So let's look at the image 1 to 1, and I'm going to go have a split view. So you can see it tightened up the grain a little bit and does a nice job. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 3 to 1 view, which is crazy. You don't want to view anything like this. What you notice is the chromatic aberration. So I was shooting with my NEX5 from Sony. It does get a little chromatic aberration. So I'm going to close my detail page, go to lens correction. There are 3 tabs: profile, color, and manual. And I'm going to go to the color tab, click on chromatic aberration. Whatever I want to do is I want you to pay attention as I'm doing that, so you notice what happens. So I'm going to click remove chromatic aberration, and you're going to see it completely disappears. Lightroom has done a fantastic job with this in this version. It was a struggle before, but they did a fantastic job. So at this point, I know I am ready to go with my file. So I'm going to go to the single view. And what I like to do first is I like to get some of the contrast that I want. So what I'm going to be looking for this is I'm just going to go back. I'm going to close this, go to my basic, and I'm going to look at the building itself to see what I'm getting. And to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost, highlight a little bit, and lower the shadow, and definitely boost the contrast. And you can see that the building is starting to look really nice. I am not going to go get exactly what I had on the other one, but I think I'm going to try to get pretty close. So at this point, it looks good. Now, to be honest with you, if I were in Photoshop, I would take this, would process another one, and I would do multiple layers. But with Lightroom, you don't have the option to build layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my adjustment brush. And when you do this, I'm going to use a large brush, because what I want to do is I want to darken the sky. I can apply any of the adjustment that you see here. And so I want to get a little less exposure. So I'm going to start painting. And if you notice, I have a low flow, so I'm going to boost that up a little bit so I can work a little faster and a little better. I'm going to keep the edges dark. Okay. And so now what I want to do is I want to see what happens if I get a little darker, darken the shadow a little bit. Let me boost the contrast in this area. So you can see very quickly I got something fairly nice. I'm going to make my brush a little smaller so I can darken this area. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that the blacks, which I don't have here, but you can see if I can go this way, it's starting to look good. So I can go back and darken a little more. This may be a little much. Just I want to make sure you understand this is just a sample, but I think it looks pretty good. There may be a little bit too much, and you can see what I have is on the auto mask, and so the auto mask allows the software to recognize that there's an edge and not brush over. So what I want to do is I want to even out all this. So what I want to do is I want to keep the blacks fairly black and a fairly natural. I went a little too much on that last one. Okay, let me boost a little bit of let me add a little bit of clarity in there. See what happens. There we go. So the clarity is getting me all nice. Nice. So now I can just brighten up overall. Maybe not that much. Just something like this. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with what I have. And what I like to do now is I'm going to get a new brush, and I'm going to just darken it a little bit. Okay, you can see just a little bit, and then the corner, just to keep our eyes inside. I'm going to darken here. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close out of the brush. I'm going to go to lens correction, manual, and I'm going to go a little vignette, just for drama. And I think that's pretty much it. So the first step we did was the detail, which we sharpened the image. We closed that, and then we went to lens correction, where we went to color and remove the chromatic aberration. And then what I did is I adjusted the file to what I liked, brushed back the sky and darkened it and made it very rich. Hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you.